What is the Hot GILF Tour?
Well, I believe what they're planning on doing, again, I'm not on it anymore.
But when you were a part of it.
But when I was a part of it, that's exactly what it was bringing older women to the forefront, saying that we're here, we're classy, we're sexy, and we're going to take the world by storm. We're going to go to different cities, and we're going to meet our fans and create content and be desired by everybody. And so that's the senses of it all.
How did it start? Like, was it a couple of models that got together to start it, or was it one person?
Well, I'm not really, again, I don't really know.
You don't know?
Like me personally, I started my site. I am the Foxy Fit GILF, Summer Angel.
Yeah.
But I started that Foxy Fit GILF for that reason, because I'm hoping that eventually down the line that there'll be a whole bunch of GILFs just like me.
Yeah.
That, people are going to want to see. And maybe we'll have our own booth at Exotica next year.
Something,
or AVNs or who knows?
So they're looking for it to be a continual thing.
Correct.
Like would it be like a rotation
they
of
would probably,
different models?
Yeah.
Okay. So when did they ask you to be a part of it, or did you reach out to them?
It was, they did just a blast that they had this idea going on that they were going to go on tour with the Hot GILF Tour. And I'm thinking, well, I'm the GILF here. I've been a GILF since I started. So I said, how about me? And they're like, love to have you.
Okay. And how many were involved at that point?
There's 11 then.
Okay. And so
now I think there's only like 8.
Okay. So is there anybody that kind of manages the group, or is it like you're all just together, and like who decides where you're going to go next in terms of the cities?
I think the group does that. They decide. I think like Vegas was one of them, the bigger cities.
Yeah, LA,
Tampa,
Miami.
Yeah.
Would you caravan, or would you all like travel together, or would you all go separately?
Everybody travels separate because they're from all different places.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then what would you do at a city? Would you do like would you go to like clubs, or how is it that you would promote the tour?
Right. They'll go to a club.
Strip club. Okay.
And meet your fans, and stuff like that.
Would you do like content houses where you'd like shoot a bunch of stuff? Okay.
Yes. That's normally the way they would do it, because if they've got all the girls together, you might as well do something while you're there.
Yeah. So I'm curious, as you were getting older, because obviously Hollywood, media tends to say, women after a certain age are not allowed, you're not allowed to be like a sexual being anymore. It's more like you're the, you're nurturing, you're comforting, but you're not that.
Right.
So, when was it that you started to feel like, I don't really agree with that? Like,
always, I think.
Always? Okay.
I think I've always pushed the envelope in my life, always. I'm
well,
one
you
of
were a
those.
40-year-old cheerleader. So
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't ever dress the way I probably should dress. It's just, I've always just been me with a very young spirit, and feel that I should be any way I want to be,
Did it surprise you that you were so popular out of the gate?
It surprises me every day.
Still?
Every day. I'll see a post and I'll think, I had 67,000 views on a post. That's huge.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, that's a lot of people looking at me. It still blows my mind. It does.
Yeah.
It does. I'm thinking, it just does.
And
it all blows my mind. It even blows my mind that it's like the OnlyFans thing. It's like, when you've got porn out there, why OnlyFans?
And yeah, I think it's because...
But there's something for everybody. Everybody's got their own little niche, and maybe they don't want to go on your Pornhub, and they just want to do this, or they want more interactive one-on-one, where I can email them during the day, and, how are you doing? This is what I'm doing,
Yeah, it's more direct. And I think fans like feeling that they're closer to the models that they love to look at. Instead, you watch them in a movie or on a website, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a great scene. And if you leave a comment, the website shows the comment, but who knows if the model will see it. Whereas if they leave a comment on your OnlyFans, well, you're most likely going to see it, and you might even respond.
True.
So, but But that's, actually, did you see it was last year that I think Sports Illustrated put Martha Stewart on their cover at 80.
Yeah.
And she looks fantastic. And so I think that there is this, again, a growing portion of society that's like, women can, you can be older and you can still be these very, sexy, sexual, desirable women. So,
well, that's what I'm here to prove.
Well, and yeah, exactly.
And I'm going to keep doing it every day too.
So are you
it's
hoping
like, what can I do now? What can I do now? Yeah.
Are you if you got offered to shoot with like Brazzers or Relighting, would you shoot with them?
I think I would.
Okay. Because
I believe in trying something, at least try it once to see if it works for me. Mm-hmm.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how score goes because that there'll be a test, I think, where because are you planning on shooting full hardcore with them?
Yes.
Or you don't know yet? Oh, you are? Okay. Will it be your first like boy-girl like full boy-girl? Because you did the one with Nookies.
Right.
But that was just
that wasn't really full.
Okay.
Well, actually, we're going to do a full boy-girl with Nookies next week.
Okay. So will that be your first professional?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about it?
It's the whole camera in your face thing while you're doing your stuff. It's kind of
it's something to get used to?
Yeah. You got to get used to it. You're trying to, be intimate or look like you're being intimate, and you got a camera zooming in on you here, there, and everywhere,
Have you talked to other models about like, if you've had questions or, if they can offer you tips on how to get used to it?
Yes. When I was at Exotica, I did some content, and so that was filmed there. And we fed off one of like, how do you deal with this? And because you just kind of get used to it every day. Like some people might have 3 or 4 shoots a day. I'm thinking, wow.
Must only be women doing that. Well, I mean, maybe there's some guys that can do that,
maybe.
But that would be incredibly impressive. So, because,
I know.
But
even still, I'm like, that's a lot a day.